there! Today's video is on my pick of the top 11 antiviral essential oils effective against cold and flu viruses. Now I have about 15 years experience working hands-on with essential oils just in my own personal use. And I want to share what I feel are some of the best essential oils for cold and flu. If you're new to my channel, Clean Food Living, hi and welcome, and be sure to hit that subscribe button down in the right-hand corner. Alright, so in this video we're going to cover a few things. I'm going to give you my top 11 list of best antiviral essential oils, and then I'm also going to tell you which stage of a virus that they're most effective in, and also how to use them so that they're most effective. Not all essential oils are antiviral in the same way and with the same viruses. Depending on what stage you're in the virus or how you apply the essential oil will depend on how effective or ineffective it will be. So let's jump in and get started. It's important to know the first two stages of a virus. Stage 1 is when a virus is floating through the air or your system looking for a host cell to attach itself to. Once the virus is able to attach to a cell and then it injects itself into your DNA of your cell, that's stage 2. That's when you're going to start feeling that funny feeling in your throat or in your nose or in your eyes or your head. That's stage 2 where you have officially been infected. Stage 1, you have not been infected yet, and the essential oils can keep you that way. So first, here's the list of all the 11 essential oils, and then I'm going to tell you which ones are effective in stage 1 and which ones are effective in stage 2. So here we go. We've got, in no particular order, oregano, thyme, cinnamon, tea tree, clove, melissa, also known as lemon balm, ginger, eucalyptus, bergamot, lemongrass, and Ravensara. Now all essential oils have some kind of antimicrobial action to them. So this list of the 11 is not all-inclusive to all antiviral essential oils that would be effective against cold and flu. But like I said, these are my favorites that I've had really good success with and the ones that I keep in my cold and flu arsenal. So let's talk about which ones are effective for stage 1 and which ones are effective for stage 2. Here's the great news. The ones effective for stage 1 are all of them. Every single one of these has a stage 1 effectiveness. Now how they're applied to your body will also affect their antiviral activity. So stick around because in just a moment I'm going to tell you which ways are the most effective methods depending on the essential oil that you have and are using. Alright, so now the list for the effective oils in stage 2 of virus, which is when the virus has already attached to your cell and is replicating itself and you're feeling the funniness in the throat and the nose. The essential oils effective in that stage 2 in this particular list is cut in half, 50%. So only 5 of these are going to be effective and working for you in stage 2. Those are oregano, thyme, cinnamon, melissa, eucalyptus, and Ravensara. And I have to be honest with you, the one that I'm not sure if it's effective in stage 2 or not is clove. So do a little bit more research to see if you can find how it kills viruses. Now if it says it keeps the virus from being able to attach to your cell, that's stage 1, and if you are able to find documentation on if it actually destroys the virus's ability to replicate, that would be stage 2. Alright, so how do you use these essential oils for their maximum antiviral effectiveness? There's 2 ways. There's on-surface contact and then air diffusion. So on-surface contact would be meaning, let's say, if you have the essential oil on your hands and then the virus comes in contact with your skin, that's on-surface contact. Or if you put some drops of essential oil in a bottle and you spray it on a countertop or on the steering wheel of your car or your desk, again, that is on-surface contact. The other way is through a diffuser. So if you have a humidifier or a diffuser and you put the drops of essential oil in the water and it goes into the air and you're breathing it in, it's not necessarily being sprayed on your hands or sprayed on your desk. That is air diffusion. So out of the 11 here, here's the ones that are effective for on-surface contact antiviral activity. Oregano, thyme, cinnamon, clove, melissa, ginger, lemongrass, and Ravensara. So how do you use these in an on-surface contact method for effectiveness? The number one way is going to be with a carrier oil. Essential oils are so strong and powerful that putting them directly on your skin, some of them, not all of them, can actually give you a burning sensation or extreme skin irritation that is very unpleasant. So what you do is you put them in a carrier oil, which just means a dilution oil, such as olive oil, sweet almond, apricot, etc. And what you do is you put about a dime of it into your hand, and then from there add 1 to 2 drops of essential oil. Then you want to increase the dosage from there proportionately. So what I mean is if you want to add 5, 6, 7 drops of essential oil or all 11 essential oils into a single blend, then you would multiply your dime sizes of carrier oil to the proportion of how many drops you want to do. In layman's terms, the more essential oil drops you're adding, add more carrier oil. Then you're going to rub it in your hands like this, and then you're going to rub it on your neck and your lymphatic pathways here. And you can do it up into the backside of your ears, on your earlobes, and then onto your chest as well. And that's going to penetrate through your skin, into your blood, into your lymphatics, and even into your lungs. And it's going to start circulating through your system. And once it gets penetrated into your system and is circulating through, that's when it's going to be working for you and be defensive about not allowing those viruses to attach to your cells. So stay tuned, and I'm going to tell you which of the essential oils are the hot irritants so that you don't accidentally burn yourself. Another location where adding the direct contact of the carrier oil with the essential oils is on the bottoms of your feet. Believe it or not, the skin on the bottom of your feet is very permeable. So when you put something on the sole of your feet, your body's going to draw it up into your blood system, and then your blood is going to carry that through your body, circulating. And within 30 minutes, that essential oil that you put on the bottom of your feet is going to be flowing all the way up to the top of your head. So that's one of my favorite methods of applying essential oils. Another way that you can apply diluted essential oils safely onto your skin through a little spray bottle like this. This is a little nasal bottle that I have, and I fill it with water about up to here, and then I add the blend of all the essential oils that I want to use. Then when I spray it in my hand like this, see that light mist? It's not enough for it to burn or be irritating to my skin, and it also dries really quickly. Then I just rub that mist into my hands, just like this. And the cool thing about essential oil versus the hand sanitizer that you get from a drugstore like CVS or Walmart is that is alcohol based, and once it dries, it loses its antiviral, antibacterial action. The essential oil will penetrate into your skin and remain active with its antiviral, antibacterial properties for 30 to 90 minutes. I love this method for like when I'm traveling. This is actually the exact little nasal bottle that I bring with me when I go on a plane. Every 30 minutes to 90 minutes, I am spraying my hands, and you can even spray your hands and rub your neck, or you can spray your wrists. Anywhere where there's that really thin skin, it's going to permeate into your system very quickly. So this makes a great hand sanitizer option as well, especially if the hand sanitizer, the alcohol-based stuff, is drying out your skin. The third way that you can do on-surface contact is you can put it in a large spray bottle, fill the spray bottle 8 to 10 ounces of water, and then add a high concentration of the essential oil drops, and then that's what you can spray on your countertops or your desk. Then lastly, for on-surface contact antiviral activity effectiveness is you can put it in a hot steamy bath. Some of these oils are not appropriate for direct skin contact, like the oregano and the thyme and the cinnamon, especially not the cinnamon. That'll burn the bejesus out of you, the clove, the lemongrass. So I do not recommend putting direct drops into your bathtub because you can just get this all over body irritation that's really unpleasant. So what you do is, again, you do the carrier method, put it instead of into your hand, you put it into a small bowl, add the essential oil drops to the correct proportion of your carrier oil, and then you put the oil into your bath, and then kind of mix and stir your bath water up, and you should be okay that way. And again, you're getting the on-surface contact. It's going to penetrate your skin and get into your system, circulating, and then also with the steam of the bath, you're going to be inhaling it as well. So it's a wonderful double action. So that leads us to the diffusion method. Which of these are effective as an airborne killer? And that's going to be your tea tree oil and your eucalyptus. I'm also going to give an honorable mention to geranium essential oil and lavender essential oil. The reason why I didn't include them in the top 11 list is because they need a greater concentration and longer time in the air before they are effective. Whereas the tea tree, eucalyptus, the ravensara, and the bergamot are disinfecting the air within 10 minutes of it being diffused. You also don't need as much of a concentration as you would for the lavender or the geranium. Now, if you're interested in the source of some of this information that I'm giving you, I'm going to leave a citation link in the description below so you can do further research and read on where I got some of this data from if you want to further pursue it. So back to the diffusion method. Now you put it in a very large diffuser that's designed for a greater square footage. You can also do a personal diffuser, which is something that I've used in the past, where you can just set it on your desk at work. You can also run it all night long so that you're breathing in that air and it's coating the little tiny air sacs of your lungs, protecting you from virus attachment at just a fine mist amount, so it's not going to be irritating to your lungs. But if it is, stop using it immediately, but it shouldn't be. At least it's not for me at that diluted amount where it's just this mist in the air. However, it's still effective because it's coating the air sacs of your lungs, it's coating the mucous membranes of your nose and your throat, protecting you from stage 1, or if you've entered into stage 2, you're breathing that in. Now the clove, cinnamon, thyme, and oregano, these are your hot oils, so they have a warming action to them. If they're put into a carrier oil, it's just going to feel nice and warm, it'll feel good. But if you put it directly onto your skin, it's going to feel like your skin's on fire. Personally, I've done this, and that's how I know from experience and why I'm advising you don't do it. Now, it won't cause permanent damage to your skin or anything, but for 10 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes, it's going to be really uncomfortable. So don't do that. Now, as far as the lemongrass goes, this does not have a heat action to it the way these ones do, but it is a skin irritant. Also, another note about the lemongrass essential oil is that it is a yellow colored oil and it will stain your skin. So this is the one I don't recommend putting into a carrier, rubbing it, and then putting it on your neck and your chest because it's going to stain your skin yellow. You don't want that. So where I personally use the lemongrass is on the soles of my feet. And the more that you use it, the more it's going to stain your feet that a pretty dark yellow. But if you see this, don't be alarmed. It will go away once you stop using the oil within about 2 days. And the staining will not harm you. And just on a little side note, I've used lemongrass essential oil all by itself, and it has been a phenomenal deterrent to virus and bacteria pathogens. And my little story is, many years ago I worked at a TV station, and December, January, and February, that station was just inundated with sickness left and right, from the nastiest of respiratory sicknesses, bronchitis, to flu, to, I mean, you name it, people had it. And I did not get sick once, and this is not normal for me. Normally I have the immune system of someone where if I'm around sick people, I get sick. But at the time I was using lemongrass essential oil for something completely different than as an inoculation against colds and flu and other nasty bugs going around. But at February, I was like, hey, this is weird. I am surrounded by some of the nastiest sickness left and right, and I didn't get sick. And this was the only essential oil that I was using at the time, and I was applying it through the bottoms of my feet just at night when I went to bed, and it completely inoculated me from getting sick whatsoever from all of those really different types of nasty bugs going around. So I'm not saying that you'll have the same success, but that's one of the personal experiences that I base one of my favorite oils on. Lastly, if you just check out right over here, this is a list of reputable brands that are trustworthy to buy your essential oils from. As you can see, which is these 11 essential oils, I've got different brands here, but I always purchase from a business or a company that I trust and have done my research on. You want a high quality, third-party tested. You have all the impurities taken out of the essential oil. You want to make sure that it's not cut or blended with other oils. And lastly, you just don't want to buy a fake. So these are brands that are trustworthy and reputable. And if you're interested in buying any of these essential oils, I'm not an affiliate for any one of these companies, but I will put a link in the description below so that you can find these 11 essential oils quickly and easily. Check out my other videos right here, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, then ding the bell so that you're notified each time I upload a new video. And that little bell icon is located next to the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye, you guys.